falls in concern because people think it's
People think it's what?
something suspicious.
It's not suspicious. I'm free to be creative. I'm autistic. I have Asperger's syndrome. I have a right to be creative. I refuse to search. And that's my freedom to be creative.
What's inside of it?
I plead the Fifth Amendment. I have nothing to say without the presence of an attorney. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not bothering anybody.
You never said you were.
Okay, but you keep asking me what's inside of it, so it's just my freedom of being creative.
I've talked with you before, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I've been at your place on these.
Oh, okay.
I've always been cool and respectful with you, man. So here's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay.
Like, people have called in because no one was standing here with it.
Okay.
You can hear the sounds it's making.
Right.
So people were concerned that it's like a bomb or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'm being respectful with you as well. It's just people keep weaponizing the police and attacking me with the police by calling the police on me for no reason.
I don't think anyone was singling you out. I just think they saw this and they didn't know what it was and were concerned, you know?
I know. I remember you. It's always good to see you around.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming you for anything. I just, no one's going to stick up for me but me.
Is it one of your airplanes?
Yeah, well, I'm working on an airplane project at home, but this is supposed to emulate a Penske truck.
Okay.
So it's like a spitting image of a Penske truck.
Yeah, it looks like one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm always happy to talk to you. It's just you caught me off guard and it scared me. I'm autistic. It scared me.
No, you're not in any kind of trouble. I just got called here, so it's interesting. What's making that noise though?
Okay, so basically it's a Bluetooth speaker.
Okay.
And it's supposed to emulate a Caterpillar diesel engine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You like the license plate?
Yeah, the license plate. What the heck?
Thank you. It took me 30 hours to complete the project.
So what else did you have to do to make it?
So basically, it's a standard yard cart, and I just did the exterior decorating.
Okay. And it's just a speaker?
It's like a Bluetooth speaker, and you can put groceries in it and things like that.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I didn't mean to give you a hard time. You just scared me. Next thing I knew, there was a...
But also, just be aware, and you're not getting in trouble for it. I'm just advising you of it. There's a city noise ordinance.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Yeah, so
let me lower that then.
Okay.
Is it really that loud? I mean, it's just
the ordinance states that if it can be heard across property lines or over 50 feet. You know what I mean?
Okay, no problem. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that.
That's interesting. Is it heavy?
Well, it's a little bit heavy, but surprisingly enough, it's very easy to,
Does it pop down like a Penske truck? Like, does the back, have like a...
Here, I'll show you. Okay. So basically, that's another project of mine. Isn't that cool? And basically...
So what is in that?
Basically, it is a custom suitcase, which I pull this to Walmart all the time. So I have an affinity for teaching myself new things like virology and things like that. And all those were hand-drawn, right? Those are hand-drawn. And
inside the suitcase?
Inside the suitcase, well, I'm afraid I can't comment on that, but just to the extent that the exterior decorating is a serious interest I take in virology.
Why does it say see nurse before opening? Has all this stuff in it?
Yeah, see, basically what I did was, and again, I can't comment on what's inside because it's kind of personal, but I teach myself virology and things like that. Now, because of the fact that I have a learning disability, I don't understand how to create pathogens. I don't understand how to do that, but it's just to I lost my concentration. I don't know. it's just basically to teach myself like how to learn new things but basically
the speaker.
the Bluetooth the Bluetooth speaker is in the front. You see?
Oh, okay. All right.
It's wired up. Those are Type-C cables that lead to the lights. And I'm happy to show you that so you understand who you're dealing with. What you're dealing with as far as the creativity.
Yeah.
So that you understand that I'm not, I don't know. I have what do you call it? Like there's not dynamite or anything weird like that in there. It's just a basic creative project.
Do you mind showing me the inside of the suitcase so I can just confirm that?
I'm afraid I have to plead the Fifth Amendment on that and refuse a search, but I was kind enough to show you to this extent.
No, I appreciate that.
I'm always happy to share my creativity with others.
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Andrew.
Andrew, that's right.
Are you the one who had his pilot's license?
No, that's a buddy of mine.
Cool.
Yeah. So, okay.
I'm embarrassed because I didn't recognize you at first. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta,
You probably see a lot of people. I understand.
I do, yeah, but it's great to see you around as always, and and I appreciate the heads up for the noise ordinance issue.
Yeah. You want to be careful of that.
Is this like when I pull it around? Is it okay if I make it a little louder?
No. So the noise ordinance is still
in effect.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
So do you mind showing this officer as well?
No, I'm always happy to share my.
All right.
Hi, how are you?
What's up, man?
Hi, nice to see you again.
You too. What's up?
Okay, so this
Show me the inside of it. How you just showed me.
Okay, so I'm always happy to share my creativity with others, and this is a custom suitcase. I'm autistic, and I have Asperger's syndrome, and I like to teach myself new things, and I like to teach myself virology and things like that.
Okay.
Not that it's really going to get me anywhere, but I like to educate myself because growing up, nobody cared to educate me.
Okay.
So I have to do it myself. I want to do it myself. So basically, what you're looking at inside here is the result of teaching myself basic virology. Those are hemorrhagic fevers. 80% of them are hemorrhagic fevers. So basically, I use that. They know me so well at Walmart. I pull my custom suitcase around and do my food shopping, and what I told this officer was there's a Bluetooth speaker in there to emulate a diesel engine, right?
There.
It's in the front. So the lights are wired up so that they're Type-C cables.
Yeah.
And I could attach a power bank to them and recharge the lights.
So what's inside the case?
Yeah, so I'm afraid I can't comment on that.
Okay.
I have to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to not comment on that because that's my personal property in there. But I don't understand, as someone who has a learning disability, I don't understand how to...
Do you understand how this could cause some sort of panic? So you're standing here explaining this to me.
Yes.
And it all makes sense.
Yes.
But if I'm that guy across the street going out to dinner in the first block of East King Street with my family, and I look and I see this, I'm in a panic. I don't think that's your intention. You don't want to do that.
No, and as a person with disabilities, and as someone who likes to be creative, it's up to that person to come up to me, and ask me questions about that, instead of automatically calling the police on me.
Because you're out here in public and we all need to share this space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not hogging all the space. I'm free to be creative. I'm free to be unique.
Yeah.
And even an attorney would tell me that.
But you can understand how that would may cause panic because you have infectious, biohazard, containment. You got all these things here that will kill somebody.
Right. So basically, before I opened that up, you had no idea that was in there until I chose to show you out of the kindness of my heart.
Yeah.
That's correct.
But now that you did, and it's not like this is super well secured, sir.
It doesn't need to be. That's part of my right of creativity.
This is tape.
So what? I'm free to be creative. I'm free, and even an attorney would tell you that, and even a judge would tell you that.
Okay.
So basically, if I could just back up a little bit and explain basically the structure. Okay. So this is supposed to be takeoff on a Penske truck.
Yeah. You used to have a bike, right?
Yeah, I used to have custom airplane bike, which I built the airplane around the bike, and I'm working on another airplane at home as well.
Cool.
And I appreciate you remembering that.
Yeah, man. You used to park in front of like the House of Pizza.
Right.
That area. So I remember it. It was really cool.
I always appreciate
when like that.
Yeah. It's different.
It's cool.
Yeah, and like, so this is cool too.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Penske instead of Penske, P. Ness.
Yeah.
Owner operator, Dick Hard. And the reason why I choose to be so,
I didn't see that, but okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The reason why I choose to be so prolific is because nobody accepts me here. Nobody accepts me. Nobody really wants to talk to me. And I can't... Hey, how are you? And... Hi.
See?
Yeah.
You got friends everywhere.
All right. She's a wonderful neighbor. She's my neighbor.
Okay.
So, basically, besides my wonderful neighbor, I feel that, on top of what I told you about people generally not willing to talk to me or accept me here, I cannot find a trauma therapist. I need an outlet to be creative and to be unique. And I wasn't trying to give you a hard time about your comments. You're doing your job.
No hard time. I'm just, I'm hoping that you see it from our point of view, where people call us if they feel scared or they see something that concerns them. So that's where I'm coming from. I think this is hilarious. I think this is very clever.
Thank you.
Even what you have inside is cool.
Thank you.
The way that you rig this up and everything, it's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
My concern
is what other people think.
No, well,
I'm not worried about what other people think. I'll do whatever I want.
Not so much what other people think. Because we shouldn't care about what other people think.
Right.
But other people feeling safe where they're standing.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, not that they're like,
That's like, my concern.
Is there a or like what is it? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have to. You don't have it. Yeah, I mean, you're just doing your job. You have to respond.
That's all this is.
I know. You have to respond when somebody calls in, and I do the same thing.
All right.
Yeah, but I always greatly appreciate people, even you as officers, asking me questions. I get a kick out of it. I love sharing my creativity with everybody. Really do.
All right. So this is just your creation. You did this up. You're not here to hurt anybody?
Well, no, of course not.
There's nothing in there that could hurt anyone?
No, not at all. I have... Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, have a good night. I'll try.
So that's the end of it. I mean, really, that's our main concern is we don't want... you have all those things written on it, and obviously you have a freedom of expression, a freedom of speech.
Correct.
So you can say all these things. It's just when it does become a violation would be if there's some sort of panic. And right now, I feel like you're covering it up with pretty clever. I want you to be able to look me in the eye and tell me that you're not here to hurt anybody.
No,
and you have nothing in there that could hurt anybody.
No, okay. I use my. I find it interesting that you're telling me these things because I've been pulling around my custom suitcase for months on end, I think that pretty much.
No, this you have.
No, not this. This has
I've
only
seen
been
this
out.
before.
This has only been out for a few days. Okay, this is brand new.
Okay.
So I'm speaking about my custom suitcase. It's to keep assholes away, and for people. I don't like most people here. Okay? I don't like them. I don't like living in this county, and I want to move dearly. I don't want to be here. Okay, so that suitcase is to just keep people away from me, basically, most people. Unless someone is kind enough to come up to me and ask me questions about that. But for months on end, I've been rolling around my spinner, my suitcase, in front of public cameras, and I find it interesting that maybe that a policeman is asking me about that. It's fascinating. I don't understand. The world's a strange place, but
what aspect of it do you find interesting?
It's interesting. Well, it's like a social experiment in a way.
Okay.
I meant it to be like a social experiment.
Okay.
And I get around with my suitcase all the time. I even pull it through Walmart. They know me very, very well at Red Rose Transit. I'm famous at Red Rose because of my suitcase.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that after months, people are like, oh, wow, look at that, and express maybe a concern.
Okay.
And I always appreciate, people asking me questions.
Sure. Well, I hope you appreciated my questions, but...
Of course.
I mean,
And
I'll leave it at this.
Yeah.
Me personally, I love the exterior.
Thank you.
But what you have inside,
It's scary.
I think is inappropriate. All right, that's me. That's me. That's Steve Alexander speaking to you as two men on the sidewalk. I think that's inappropriate.
Okay.
I can see it from your side of why you're doing it. There are other ways to go about starting a conversation.
Okay, well,
I'll leave it at that.
that.
Then we will agree to disagree. All right? But I wouldn't feel right leaving here and not saying that. If it was up to me, because I can't, you would get rid of that, or at least
I wouldn't get rid of that.
Change some of the wording that you have on it.
I will not do that.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it exactly the way it is, and if people think that my style is inappropriate, that's on them.
Okay.
And the judge would agree with me on that, and so would an attorney. And I pay real money to see somebody put me in front of a judge, and I would have my way with them in front of that judge, and so would the judge.
The judge would have their way with the judge?
No, the judge would have their way.
Yeah.
I have a right to creativity. I don't care about people like that.
I've tried to carefully say here, and I'm hoping you're still getting what I'm saying.
I'm getting what you're saying.
Okay, all right. I'm not forcing you to do anything.
You won't. You wouldn't anyway.
I'm trying to appeal to you from a person to person, not officer to citizen.
Okay.
Okay, that's how I'm trying to come across. And you know what? Sounds like I'm not going to change your mind, and you're not going to change my mind.
No.
Right?
Exactly.
All right, man. What's your plan now?
My plan now is to keeping me and to keeping creative.
Okay.
And to keeping myself.
Are you going home? Is it?
No, I'm not going home. I can't comment on where I'm going. I'm going to pull my project around wherever I feel, as long as it's on public, wherever on the public right of way.
Yeah.
If somebody has a problem with my creativity or style, I guess they'll call you or they'll come up to me.
So.
And that's okay. I'm free to be creative, and I'm not going to change my style, and I will not change the style of that suitcase.
Okay.
Because it keeps most people away from me. I don't like people here. I have a developmental disability. I'm going to be creative to my own satisfaction, and I appreciate your being forthcoming and honest
You're
as
welcome.
well.
All right. Anything else for us?
No, I think
well, before you leave Lancaster County, make sure you make a new jet bike, and I want to see it.
Okay.
Okay?
You will. You too.
Also,